Good morning, my viewers, and how we doing? How's everything? Uh, I am Oginni Ayoola, your online power academic facilitator. And in our last lecture, we talked about once there's rain, why do we always have a power outage? And we speak to some of it, and some people have been private chatting me to add their voice to it. You do me more better to go online so that every one of us can learn. Because what everything I speak to was not bound to what I'm saying. Is as a result of one or two of my studies that I've done. But quickly this morning, I have a very crucial topic as well that I want to discuss with that always affects, the transmission and the disco, which is losses. When I talk about losses in power system, it cut across all the discos and the transmissions. And losses in a network is an inevitable enemies. We have. You can't avoid losses in this thing as long as some things are in places. So this morning I'll be talking about what we call ATC and C, aggregates technical, commercial, and collection losses. So, as we have it in technical, we have it in non-technical. So now what are they and how can we minimize them in our system? So I'll speak to first the technical losses. I'm a core technical person, so and I will be able to talk more down why the commercial type of it. After this section, if you have more knowledge than me, you want us to learn, you can add your own to in the comment section. We will come to commercial and technical and collection losses. So for technical losses, where are the losses coming from? I said number one, I talked to you about the distance. I told us in one of the study I did, they said per 1 kilometer, there's always one voltage drop in our system. So the longer the distance of your connections, the higher the losses. Because the distance actually matter in your connections too. Number two, the undersized conductor. Most of our network now, you see undersized conductor, and when there is undersized conductor, there's bound to be heat. Whenever electricity is moving inside the conductor, it generates heat. This heat you are seeing is being lost by here. Once breeze blow it off, it is a loss to the system. So meaning whatever they have supplied from the source cannot actually get to the way it is going to. That's why we have a lot of step up or step down transformer in our network. Assuming you supply 11 kV at the source. Because of the distance, like I said earlier, the thing we have to reduce by 1 kilometer, there is one voltage loss. Now imagine what we now get at our receiving end. So when you have maybe conductor, undersized conductor too, can cause losses in our network. I talk about multiple joints. When you have a multiple joint on the line, at the point of that joint, when the electricity is flowing, at that point, it has to do more work. And when you do more work, you generate heat. That heat is what we call losses. Improper handling of our materials. I talk about inferior materials too can be part. When you're using an inferior materials, aging of our equipment, when the equipment is aging, it began to generate more heat than normal. Then these are the loss in our network. I talk about transformer on its own. Thank God that for these schools now, they are now metering their transformer at the source now. When your transformer naturally speaking, once you connect them, it continue to warm, it continue to warm. All those working and warming generate what we call copper losses, core losses, and so many losses like that one. So generate transformer on its own, generate losses in the network. So those are part of the losses on technical that we're talking. So improper load center too is part of it. You know what we call load center, where you site a transformer. When a transformer is sited at the extreme end of where it is being used, before it gets to where it's being used, there's going to be losses. So siting of your transformer at the normal proper and load center is going to advance a lot of what do they call it? So I have mentioned conductor, undersized conductor, multiple joint on your network, distance is part of it, aging is part of it, bad load center is part of it. I talk about poor workmanship. Most of our guys right now, they just want let there be light is what most of our electricians are doing right now. So now when you have a poor workmanship, there is bound to be a losses in that kind of network. So and all this now said, you can come into my comment section and see how we can avert all these things. So those are the technical losses we talk about. Why am I moving to a word? Commercial and collection losses. I will not be able to speak more to that one because I know I have some of my guys that are commercial, but I'll just speak some. Commercial give room for collection losses. I repeat, commercial losses give room for collection. When there's no commercial losses, there won't be, at least the collection losses will be minimized. So commercial losses are the losses we incur by some of our equipment we use, like measuring equipment. Now, when we maybe our meter is faulty, I'm saying it will not pick what it's meant to pick, or maybe you bypass your meter. Energy theft too is a commercial losses. Improper reading of the bill. Maybe a marketer is meant to go to electrician to read. He just assume that one is a commercial losses because we are losing before you even go to collect. And many other like that one that I want you guys to help me add to. So inaccurate billing can lead to poor collection and collection losses. So now, if you don't bill very well, or maybe I remember in those days they just lump billing on customers. When customer is angry, or maybe they're not getting more enough supply, how do you expect them to pay? So now, why collection losses are you are part of collection losses? You that you are planning to bypass your meter. Or some of you that have bypassed your meter and you know it, and you go to church on Sunday, you go and lay open, let's praise the Lord. If you have done that one, you are part of the people that is causing losses for the disco. Change. Stop all this correct. And but me too, I'm a technical person too now. Let us just change. Do a proper work. Where you need to speak out, speak out. Stop using undersized conductor in our. I'm talking about how we can avert all these losses in our network. So, and part of it is discos too, meter all the customers. You know what I'm saying? At least I learned that they are giving all the boundary. I appreciate discos for that one. Once all the discos, all the areas is being metered, it will minimize. It no, I said it earlier. ATC and C cannot be eradicated totally in our network, but it can be reduced because as long as the transformer is working, losses is there. As long as you have a wire that is moving from one local area, there is losses, but you can reduce it by using what a proper materials. All those our aging equipment, remove them, and Cisco's bill well. Why we to the masses too? Don't let us steal from them. Don't bypass your meter. Don't do all those. You pay your bill as that when due. Recharge. And you see that the loss will be reduced and everybody will enjoy this thing. So now what I just want to say is that if you have enjoyed this thing or you have one or two things you want to add, don't hesitate to add into it. Knowledge share is knowledge gain. And once we share knowledge, all of us will be fine. So I think I've been able to drop something on our table this morning for us to discuss. Come to my comment section. Let's discuss more. Like this post, comment on it and share it. And we'll meet in the other class. Thank you so much for listening to me. Bye for now.